Boom, my friends. We are live. How are you all doing? So, right now, we're just chilling. Gonna wait a few minutes for some people to come in. And if no one comes in, it doesn't matter. We're still gonna go ahead with things. So, let me know how you guys are doing in the chat below. You can type anything you want, chat away. And if any of you guys want to come on the stream with us, you can. And do Atmos yet again in the chat. First, as always, Psychopath. Do you want to jump on with us here a little bit? Just let us know. You can send us a message in Discord. I can send you the link and all that stuff. Dude, where am I? I'm still moving stuff around. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, okay, cool. I need to get out my plastic boys. I was like, oh shit. And I start running around trying to grab things. I grabbed my drink as well. I have some bits I printed off there a few days ago. And we're actually going to make some normal normal troopers for our Italian access for Conflict 47. The next one I'm going to do the Stauffentroopen, mainly because let me adjust my Yucky Bob here. Mainly because I do have some of the bits printed off that I needed for. Not all of them though, so I need to get a few more off. I just didn't have the time to do it before. I had to do my night work, and things were crazy. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Also, I got a bunch of stuff in the mail last few days, so that's pretty cool. We're starting making stuff now in a little while. We're just gonna hang out here, see if people jump in or not. But speaking of stuff that came in the mail, I'm just grabbing stuff here. So the first thing that came there the other day was Legitimate Salvage, a Forbidden Psalms game. Hell yeah. Absolutely love it. And at most, of course, you can jump on anytime you want. Just send us a message on Discord, and I can let you on. And if you can't make it, it's all good, buddy. All good. So Legitimate Salvage game. This is a Forbidden Psalms game. So that's pretty cool. We also had Atari Sector that came there today, actually. So we were looking at that during the week, probably. Might do a little unboxing video on those two things. Just have a look through. And like I said, guys, we have some bits here. We're going to be making some Conflict 47 Italian Axis. So we're going to use our German Veteran Infantry starter set sprue. Combine that with some 3D printed parts. Like I said before, I do have some bits from the Stauffentroopen here, but I don't have everything. The next one, I will be having the Stauffentroopen. So yeah, I'm just gonna grab a drink here. I had this bad boy in the freezer for a little while, so ooh, yeah, you gotta get that nice and frosty. Oh, that's good. That is good. Da, 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 da. Okay. Okay, there we go. So, how is everybody doing? I was literally just playing a game there a few minutes ago. So, yeah, I wrapped up there with my buddies. We're playing Night Shift, which was pretty cool. But yeah, that was fun. It's kind of like a Call of Duty type game. Not completely, but it's very similar enough. Lots of fun. And we have some awesome bits we printed off. And these are going to go with our Veteran Infantry German guys. And we're going to turn them into basically a bunch of Italian Axis. This is some of the heads I have for the Stauffentroopen. These are scaled at normal, like the normal 28 mil, but I bumped these up to 5%, so they're actually much bigger. I'll show you by comparison if I can here. Here's a normal guy's head, and here's the head we're using for Stauffentroopen. So this is the head that's going to be going on for our German guys here to turn them into Italians. Conflict 47 Italians. So we'll see how that goes. And I have not even tested any of this, so we're gonna see how it turns out. I also have like some sword bits here, like sword and scabbard. I have some shoulder pads we can put on to make them more like Roman Italian looking. So that's pretty cool. Oh, you forgot about it, dude. It was lots of fun. I'll bring this down a bit. I think that's probably a bit better. Yeah, it was fun. So it was me, Brian, and Chance, and oh, it was fun. Took a little bit to jump back into things. You know, we're doing a bit of a recap on some of the stuff that happened previously because we're still playing in Silver Hills. We just changed system, and Brian missed a good few games, and his character was kind of central to before that. So yeah, it went pretty well, and we left at a cliffhanger, which is perfect, you know, for other people jumping in and stuff like that. So yeah. Oh, I am wrecked. Oh, dude. So today is going to be absolutely crazy. I say today, it's 10 past 4 in the morning now. So in literally 12 hours from now, I'll be having Robert Alderman on the channel again. He reached out to me like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, "Yeah, dude. Obviously, we can hang out, we can talk, you know, whatever case. We'll talk about like how he's wrapping up Gods of the North. You know, Volume 3 is starting to be shipped out. We're going to talk about that." What's going to be doing next, or anything in his mind, and just general chit chat. And then tonight, or yeah, tonight, it feels weird saying that because I haven't slept today because it's weird time zones. And dude, I'll be having a video, a dual live stream video with Chubby Funster, and that's going to be cool. We're going to be talking about some like RPG design, some dungeon stuff, map stuff, maybe the reasons why certain things are going to be the way they are in different games and choices people make in designing things. So that's going to be cool. It's going to be interesting. I haven't really done one of them before. So he's very good at that sort of stuff. And we have our boy at most around 2 sessions of Crisis Averted. President saved saved by Notepad Anon. It's a Metal Gear Solid James Bond RPG. The Edge look mechanic. Guys, whether or not whiskey, MSG, or martini, the +7. Oh, nice. Yeah, dude, it's gonna be kind of chaotic. So I'll be doing this. I'll try and rest a bit, do some other stuff, have Rob on, spend time with the lady. Right after that, have dinner, then jump on with Chubby, do that video, and then I think there's a game on tonight in the B&B server. I'm not sure. And there is. I'll probably be like half an hour late to that. And if I am, I'll be joining that. So it's going to be kind of chaotic. But yeah, I'm going to start cutting off a couple of the bodies here as we sit down and chat away. Da-da-da. And remember, guys, if any of you guys decide you want to jump on, let us know. We can have a little chit chat. You can talk about anything you want. You want to talk about RPG stuff. You want to talk about minis. You can talk about war games. You want to talk about video games. It's all good. This is like a relaxed, chill session. We put together some mini stuff here. Talk about stuff we're going to be doing in the future. You know, just general, pretty chill, relaxed. Nothing crazy going on. Type thing. Hell yeah. Get a boy out here. Now we're actually going to test to see if any of this actually fits and works. So there we go. We have our Italian head here we're going to use for the guys. Focus. Come on. I just 3D printed. I need to cut my nails. I meant to cut them before this. Anyway, so there's our Italian sort of head we're going to have. We're going to put them on our German body here. I have to cut off the little nubby bit. But yeah, we're going to make some awesome looking Axis Konflikt 47 Axis Italians. So I'm just going to do a little bit of snipping here in the head, sort of like get stuff ready essentially. Now these are all 3D printed parts. Actually, if you want to know where I got these 3D printed parts from, it's from a creator who I love called That Evil One. It's from his sort of German Astra line. Not German, sorry, Roman Astra line, I should say. Yeah, it's great. Get a few of these pieces ready here. And we're just going to clean up the model here. We have our German infantry unit. It's going to be pretty cool. And we're going to start making our Italians. The damn Italians. Konflikt 47. I will be doing the Stoffentrooping guys like this as well. I think I have to move this around because I moved things around there the other day when I was recording videos, like book stuff. So everything's a bit everywhere. But yeah, where's my super glue? Oh, there it is. So I'm just going to plop the head on here now just to see what it looks like, and you can sort of get an idea how things will go. And I need more super glue. I think I said it before. Let's just see actually how it make sure I have this lined up enough. Okay, maybe take a little bit more off here. The thing about doing this on camera is it's kind of hard to see sometimes, so I'm going to step back a bit and trim. I suppose you got used to it the more you do it. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's looking much better. So we'll get this head on, and then we're going to see what this actually looks like. And get a few close-ups. Time for the beauty, beauty shots. Just need more glue. It feels like I haven't done this in a little while for some reason. I don't know, I feel a little out of whack, I guess. It's only been a few days. It's funny how that works. And I've convinced myself blowing on the super glue helps it set. I don't know if it does, but I've completely convinced myself it does. So once you convince yourself of something, that's kind of it. Oh, let's have a look at that. Nice. I don't know if the heads are a little big. Let me compare. If they are, doesn't matter. I mean, tiny bit, but it's kind of like this head here. And this is a full like helmet, like the face shield and everything is on there. So we're making our steps towards our Italian access for Konflikt 47. We're just going to do some standard sort of like stormtroop, normal troopers. We will be doing Stoffentrooping in the next one of these as well. So that's going to be pretty cool. Now, if you guys do want to join, like jump on stream or anything like that, let me know. You can leave it in the comment and I'll give you the link. Usually how I do this is I will get people to join the Discord so I can then send the link privately, because the worst thing that could happen is like 7 people try to join at the same time. And I do not want that to happen, or someone sort of sends the link around and you get tons of requests, people trying to spam. I have my super glue here, and as you can see, the schnozzle is all nasty. I don't know what happened. Still good, a decent amount of super glue left, but I will have to get more. Let's see how one of these arms actually fits onto this guy. Oh my god. It's almost... I broke it. It's almost like it was made to fit. Okay. They're similar enough scale. I may have to do a little filling in with stuff, like putty or whatever. But I think I need to trim that actually. Now, yeah, let me sand these down a little bit. There's little nodules from supports and stuff. Plus, it might make it fit a little better, a little tighter. That's the handy thing about 3D printing, is if you absolutely mess up, like, oh no, I messed up. I just have to spend like a quarter of 1 cent to print something. Like here, it is not completely lined up, so I'm just going to sand them down a little more. This will hopefully help. Some of these guys have shoulder pads on their arms, some of them do not. So we have a bunch of shoulder pads here as well. We can add them on. So they look pretty cool. Lots of details for anyone who doesn't know or hasn't seen the face yet. This is a full helmet mask, so the face is covered, the eyes are covered, the head is covered. Oh yeah, dude, I'll send you the link now. Give me half a second. Copy invite link. Dude, I've messed with so many people on Discord lately, trying to organize stuff. There you go. I just sent it to you there, buddy. And whenever I see you pop in, I will add you on to the stream and we can chat away. But yeah, as you guys can see, he looks pretty cool. And I'm going to have this awesome set of arm and guns for him to make turn our German 1944 guys into 1947 Konflikt guys, Italian Konflikt guys. So that's going to be pretty cool. Oh yeah, that's a much better fit now. So these shoulder pads on them do bulk them out quite a bit. And if I feel like it, I can just... Okay. Oh, dude. I can move this around. I am discovering... that's what that was. Dude, I just bought Restream there. So I'm still trying to figure everything out on it. I never used before I bought it. You know, some might say that's a bit silly. But yeah. So yeah, we have our Italian guy working on here. I think I might trim down the shoulder pads a little bit more. I want to get a more snug fit. I would rather us have to, you know, add a little filler or a little extra super glue than have the arms not be as flush as possible. Remember, kids, metal falls is the way to go. Drop my super glue. Yeah, I sent you that restream link to join there just a few minutes ago. So join whenever you can. Let me have a little chit chat. For anyone who doesn't know, who's listening, Atmost is one of my buddies. We play games from time to time on Discord. Yeah, and he's pretty sound. For anyone who doesn't know what sound means, it is very much a compliment. Give me 1 sec. That's the thing as well, trying to get everything in place with these things is the gluing aspect. Trying to get the exact correct position you want. And ta-da. Look at that. I mean, I might have to put a little filler stuff, but I don't know. Oh, connection dropped there for a second. I'm sorry about that. It's not my fault, but you know, it happens. But yeah, we have our first Italian Axis guy essentially kitted out. Obviously, we're going to add some extra bits on him here and there. We might add a sword on some of these guys. But I don't know. I might save these swords for the Stormtrooper guys. We're probably going to do a little filler in there as well, which is fine. Not a big deal. Yeah, we'll have to put some filler in there for sure. But I think it's a good start, and it will definitely, you know, have a unique look on the battlefield for stuff. I also have some Strakewolfen models equivalent for AXA for Italians. So I don't have them printed yet or anything like that, but yeah. I'm quite looking forward to that. But if I was to have this, where would I put it? Put it back here on the side. I don't know. Maybe like that. Here. I don't know. We figure it out. Oh, so anyway, how is everyone else doing in general? Anything weird going on? Normal life stuff? All that, all that crack. I love when I say like crack to Americans. They haven't a clue what we're talking about, which is hilarious. They're like, what, you mean like crack cocaine? They're like, no, this means like, what's going on? What's the story? Stuff like that. I'm just gluing some stuff here. They're going back together because I totally did not break it by accident. Well, it was by accident, but you know what I mean. We're not here to judge, guys. We're not here to judge. As we totally judge. I'm not sure if blowing helps, but in my head it does. Oops. Super glue. I love and hate super glue with a passion. It is my best friend and my worst enemy. Come on, what the hell? It ain't super gluing too well for some reason. But anyway, what are you guys up to in general? Like, get up to much on the weekend? Let me know. Do you go like play some games, hang out with family? Go watch movies, whatever. Yeah, you can sort of see here. This one doesn't really have a pad. It does have a little bit of one, but we can put one on maybe. Like here's like one of the heads for the staff and trooper I'm talking about. Yeah, I increased the size by like 5%. It has this big, great sort of wolf thing on him. That's pretty cool. The other one I have for them is a crescent. So that looks pretty cool. I just increased the scale a little bit. And I have another wolf's head. It's a different color. No, it's actually a lion head, sorry. This one is a lion head. It looks a little different, but so badass. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to need to get more resin soon enough, actually, for my printer. The one I currently have is not ABS. It's just one I had lying around, so we'll see how that goes. No worries. Most will be joining us now in a few minutes. He said technical difficulties. All good, buddy. We're in no rush. When you started, probably here for a little while. Go over a few other things. We also picked up B for Bertie there the other day as well, which is pretty cool. We might put this together later as well. So far, here's our first Italian axis guy glued together. There's some gaps in the shoulders and stuff I need to fill in with stuff. I might redo it, but it's just to get an idea. I didn't never test these before, so some of these will fit a bit better than others. So, but look at the face and stuff like that, and the helmet. The details are pretty sweet. Here, I'll just fill in the shoulders there with some putty or whatever. But yeah, we're gonna make our Italian boys look pretty sweet, I think. Then we have the sort of running pose. For anyone who's tuning in, we are taking the German veteran infantry starter army, or set, I should say. And we're turning these into our Italian axis just for normal troopers. We're going to have Staff and Trooper being done probably next week or during the week. I'll probably be next week because honestly, guys, I'm doing this stream, and then in like 11 hours, I'm doing an interview stream. And then a couple hours after that, I'm doing a big sort of stream with Chubby Funster, going over like RPG design and stuff like that. And then I have to play a game, an RPG. So that it's going to be a long day. And then I have to do record other stuff, other videos. It's going to be very long. But yeah, we're just like, again, some of the heads we have here. Focus. That's for Staff and Trooper we have. Another one here. These are all full-faced, so completely shielded. This is a lion head. And our sort of normal scale, like for this guy here, the head. Again, it sort of fits the sci-fi feel. These are all by that evil one, all these bits, the shoulder pads, the guns, all that stuff. So. Da-da-da! We got our buddy here. How you doing, man?
What's up?
Oh, just chilling like a villain, you know. Usual. What about you?
It's extremely hot outside.
Oh, dude, tell me about it. So the other day here, like Wednesday and Thursday, inside the house, 34 degrees, which is about 97, 98 degrees Fahrenheit, 68 to 69% humidity indoors. It was like 60 degrees at 4:30, 5 a.m.
Oof.
Yeah, dude. It was rough. Like my fiance, she's from Brazil, and she was like, "It's hotter than Brazil. It feels hotter." She couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle it. No one could handle it.
Did she happen to live by a large body of water? Because that could help.
Well, technically we're on an island, so we're always near a large body of water.
Then it should be a little cooler. So I guess you're not that close to the ocean.
Yeah. Trust me, it's worse when you get close to the ocean. Like you're quote unquote cooler, not really, at all. Like the water just be quite warm when in the summer here.
I heard it was like 104 or 114 in France. Like it showed up on the news. It was like ridiculously high.
Dude, yeah, I didn't hear about that, but that's crazy. Yeah, shit gets hot in Europe, which people don't realize sometimes. Like even the cold countries get ridiculously hot for the summer. Yeah. Oh no, we're not cold and wet anymore. How terrible! Gotta sand this board down. I think I know what wrong with the last one, but yeah. What you get up to today or on the weekend yourself?
Currently working. Last time I talked to you, I ran this new game I haven't heard of. It's pretty fun. It uses like a stealth system that's similar to like Blades in the Dark. And I don't know if you heard of the game. I don't know if you heard the game Exalted. And apparently it took that tick timer from it, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's the one you were talking about on Discord with myself and Chance, was it?
No, I was talking to Ultra.
Ah, yeah. Dude.
Yeah, because he's a big fan of the Power of the Apocalypse.
There's too. Oh yeah. There's too many of us, to be honest.
But I'm pretty sure he's the only fan of that system.
Oh yeah, I think so. Especially like Dan is like, Dan. He's like, oh, come away with that BS, which is funny. He winds up on purpose.
Blades in the Dark still has like one of the most realistic stealth systems compared to BX. I roll dice and I'm invisible now.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to change the scale and things a little bit here, I think. Damn it. I had a feeling this would probably happen. Like some of these here fit fine. Just need a little putty to fill in some of the gaps and stuff. Some of them don't fit at all. So it's all trial and error, my dude. It's all trial and error.
Which parts are 3D printed?
All the ones which are beige. So I have like shoulder pads, arms, heads, stuff like that. I mean, like here's the one I just done for the other guy. I need to put in putty and like fill in the gaps in his shoulders. Like there, you can see it needs to be filled in and stuff. But yeah,
I have a buddy that uses Bondo.
hey, whatever
But
works.
you have to be very confident because it does dry. But it seals everything up pretty well.
Hey, it's cheap. That's probably why. It's cheap and fast.
Yep.
I have to take all these knobbly bits off the neck so it'll fit. You're slashing his neck, boy. Yeah, that's right. I'm slicing his neck. He don't deserve to have no neck. But yeah, we were playing night shift there, and yeah, it was good. It was definitely very Call of Cthulhu feeling. Plus, we were playing in that setting we played before in, and dude, it was lots of fun. Like I think realistically, we done about 2 hours of the game, and then Brian needed to go a little off. I need to go for a day here anyway, But it was good. You should try and play next time.
I'll try. I just I have to take power naps because I work
Yeah.
5 hours.
Oh, here we go.
Tomorrow, which is I guess today for you, uh, I get to go home early because I don't want to play golf with my boss because we do
Oh
that
no.
every Wednesday and it's too hot to do it and he's crazy.
So we have Nature's Gaming. What is Conflict 47? Well, my son, Conflict 47 is a badass little war game. It's by Warlord Games. It's like a weird War II sort of game. Um, yeah, you basically have a couple factions. You have Americans, you have British, you have Axis, and you have the Japanese. And Axis covers like a couple countries and stuff like that. So I'm
Don't forget the
turning.
Soviets.
Oh yeah, Soviets as well. Jeez, how could I forget about them? They're like one of the biggest factions. We don't believe in the Soviet. But yeah, so that's basically what it is, and it's like a weird war stuff. Some rifts open up in the world. It enabled development of weird and new different technologies. Like I have some models here, like show off, for example. Like here's my Staffentrooping guys. Oh, there we go. And I'm gonna have like this head equivalent for these guys. I was thinking I probably need to shrink down a head actually. That looks way too freaking big. I increased this size by 5%. I was like, that's probably too much. I'll probably decrease it actually a little bit. Decrease it by like 2%.
I actually went to
You
a game
sold me
store.
that war game.
They had and I walked out with Iron Warriors.
Oh, nice. Dude, Blackwall, how you doing, man? We if you want to jump on here for in a little bit, you can. Just let us know, and I'll send you a link in the Discord there. All good. Just let us know. So did you got rank? Wait, you got wrangled into some Iron Warriors?
Yeah. Chaos Space Marines, Warhammer 40K.
Oh, I
They
know it
look
there. Don't
cool.
worry. Yeah, yeah. Do you know much about them, or are you just like, ooh, they got cool,
Oh no,
cool
I know
shit?
everything about them. I just I tended to avoid Space Marines and Chaos Space Marines because I thought they were overrated. But I was looking at the box, and I couldn't stop myself.
you got hooked in by the box art and the like little bit of the little blurb. You're like, ooh. All I'm gonna say is Blood Angels are awesome, and Logar was right. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
If you don't know, you need to learn. You need to know. It's so funny. Like Logar got so much shit, and it's like by the end they all started worshiping the Emperor like he did, and yeah, that went entirely the way. You could almost yeah. It was just so yeah, dude, hilarious. Nice. Huh. What time you get to finish off work there yourself?
Time as your call is typically, but I get out at 10 a.m. tomorrow, so that's like 4 o'clock.
Oh
Work for
wow.
you?
Yeah, dude, that's exact time when I'll be on with Rob. Rob Alderman. Talking about Gods of Bidden North, finishing up Volume 3.
I gotta ask him if he read that Selectar's because he was
What's it
talking.
called?
It's called his Wake. It's written by the same guy that wrote White Hack. It's his. It's an older system, but it's similar. But it has like skills similar. Like the world is like
I
travel,
will
but you're
ambush him.
landlocked. You can't like travel in space.
I will absolutely ambush him and be like, "Yo, bro, did you read the book? You know what book I'm talking about?" He'd be like, "What? What?
I'll
Cut
probably
you
ask
off
him
guard,
myself.
Rob."
It was really funny with
Yeah.
the Friday's second watch because I was getting into it with Dan. Basically, told him
Yeah.
bourbon's not whiskey. You know what I mean? So in order to be seen, he ended up like dumping like $50 and an extra $80 for super chats just to chew me out. And I'm like, it's a win-win situation for Mattis.
Oh my god. You guys are psychopaths.
I wouldn't
You know what I mean? You know
chat
what I mean in a
just
loving
to
way.
insult another guy in the chat though. He's crazy.
Dude, I love him. He is absolutely hilarious. Like I know he might be grading to some people, but I think he's hilarious. Like he just tries to bait you, trying to and I just laugh my ass off.
A lot of people in my
I'm gonna
state are like
spray a
that.
couple of these guys.
Illinois, they just like to bust
Yeah,
each other's balls, basically. He's a cool guy.
yeah, he's sound.
Just never take him seriously.
Yeah, he's just messing around, having a bit of laugh, having a bit of fun. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Is there any special
I think we're
mechanics in
there.
Night Watch?
Sorry.
Special mechanics in Night Watch.
Um, I'm not. We didn't get to do a ton of stuff like test everything out. We got into like one combat. Combat is similar enough to Cthulhu. Um, you're basically rolling dice anyway, so it's all the same game. Oh, no worries. I will give you that link, Blackwall. There you go. You jump on whenever you want. Hell yeah. Magnars was the victim. Also, Dark Angel was. Dark Angels are a bunch of little posers who try to be goths and they're not. That's all I'm saying.
Dark Green's pretty cool though.
Yeah, their color scheme is pretty cool. I do like that. Again, I'm a Blood Angels character. Totally not edgy boy. Like the total not vampires who are totally good in every possible way. The good boys. Oh, dude. Speaking of, so I'm gonna probably sell these at some point because I don't really need them. I can 3D print parts or whatever. But like, okay, you cannot buy these old versions anymore. They're very expensive. Like I've seen like this box, everything in it, perfect, near almost perfect condition. Like $100, $80. Then we have our Sanguinary Guard as well.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, these are awesome. I'll tell you now. I'll put these back. So I was going to start a big army, a Blood Angels army, and then I was like, oh sugar, I just didn't have time. I was doing more work and stuff like that, and then eventually I just had to put it away for a while, and then kind of like I had to put away a lot of my other mini stuff in general. I just didn't have the space, and I was kind of bummed about that. But yeah, so we're basically just testing like how these guys will look and come out. I'm going to spray paint them down. It might look a bit better. I might have to scale some of the stuff up and down to get them to fit right. They're probably a little too top heavy. I'm going to fill them out, put some stuff around their waist as well. But again, we're sort of doing a weird futuristical sort of thingy. So, well, it's not futuristic. Is it 1947? There are two sides to the gothic emo. You're either blood angels or dark angels. Oh, there we go. Let me just grab this and boom. What's up, buddy?
Hey, how you doing?
Not too bad.
Hello.
So we have DM Blackwall, Todd, joined by Atmost. Two super chats.
Let me know when you're planning to do this ahead, and I'll pull out some stuff and craft with you.
Oh yeah, I was actually going to do this last week, and then I had to delay because I fell asleep. So I had it up there for 4 or 5 days. So, but yeah, just
send me a message. Be happy to do that. I've got probably about 20 miniatures to repair, and then about 20 or so that I want to paint.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I sort of do these impromptu sometimes. Every single one except this one has been impromptu. It's like, I have like 2 hours free. Let's jump on here for a little bit, sort of thing.
And so, at most, what's your first name?
Will.
Wib?
Will. W-I-L-L.
Okay.
I saw you at North Texas Con, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I ran 12 games there between me and my business partner and our buddy.
Nice.
Horde Wars and Dropship.
Yeah, Todd will be running the Dropship game for us on the 8th. Literally 7 days from now. Well, 7 days for me, because I'm in the future, my friends. I'm in the future. It's actually starting to get bright where I am, so that's how far in the future I am.
You're what, 5 hours in the future, roughly?
Yeah, well, depends where you are. So, but yeah, Eastern time for you guys. I'm in the future, 5 hours ahead.
Oh, you got the tracking info, right?
Dude, yeah, I just got it there. Well, I saw it when I woke up, so after finishing work. Today's gonna be crazy. I'm just doing this now, and then in 11 hours, 15 minutes, I'm talking with Rob Alderman, Gods with North creator. And then later tonight, so that's going to be 4 p.m. my time, and then 11 p.m. my time, I'll be doing a thing with Chubby Funster.
Yeah.
And then after that, I think there's a game on I'm going to be playing. So somewhere between now and all that, I will have maybe an hour or two sleep, because I have to do stuff around the house as well, obviously. Always fixing something up or changing stuff around. I have to record a video as well today, I think. Dude, I don't know.
Busy.
Dude, I don't know what I'm doing. I've been trying really hard this year. Since the first half of this year, things went way behind on me, trying to do stuff.
Yeah.
And dude, oh my god, our man is turned on his camera.
He has indeed.
I want to show you this.
Dude.
So these are the Gundam Assemble minis. Wait.
Oh, these are the ones they're doing showing off. They've been selling them for the last little while. I haven't seen them anywhere in any local shop around here.
Yeah. Well, they're basically TTRPG ready, and we always need more mechs. And, I picked up all of them.
Yeah, I know the starter sets and the deluxe version sets and stuff are all coming out in like November, December, or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
All the game rules and stuff.
You ever look at picking up any of the old Mech Warrior miniatures?
I have some.
Were mass produced.
Yeah. If you're familiar with DreamPod and Heavy Gear, I have a bunch of those I collected over the years because I was a big fan of Heavy Gear.
Nice.
Hey, deal, Muzz. Muzz is one of the OG Chads. He was one of my first handful of commenters, I think. That was pretty cool. He always drops in and he says hi, so it's awesome to see him around. But yeah,
that's great.
I got my beef of Birdie as well, so I don't know. I might make him up now in a minute. I see how I feel. Yeah, I'm looking at all these pieces. I'm like, dude, I might have to rescale things. This one is okayish looking. He's a little top heavy. I might need to bulk him out in other ways. I don't know. I might use different kit parts. I do like the heads though. The heads do look real sweet. Where are they? Yeah.
Oh, you basically just need the arms to tuck in further. I see.
Yeah, the problem is the arms are attached to the gun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was shaving some of them down, but then I did that earlier. But then the problem was I then created a gap. But when I didn't do it, it wouldn't go together at all. It was putting too much stress on the gun. So I'm just going to put some filler in this. I do think it probably looks better with this and not the big heavy shoulder pads on like this one.
Okay. One sec. I don't know if I'll be able to get my camera to focus. As it's not really meant for this specific task. But I have an entire army of guys that I have kit bashed in a similar way.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
So I got a bunch of those kind of guys, and they're all kit bashes from four different manufacturers.
Oh yeah.
So you'll see some Warhammer bits on there.
Yeah.
But the bulk of this miniature actually is a WizKids model in this case. Got a bunch of those guys.
These are the minis you use for dropship, isn't it?
Yeah. I use these for some NPCs and dropship, or for soldiers when we're working on a modern game.
Hell yeah.
This one is a She-Hulk miniature.
Oh, nice.
That I repurposed. Something more useful.
I was about to say, you turn it into something useful.
And then I don't know if you're familiar with Monster Fight Club.
Yeah.
But their miniatures are really fun to work with. This guy I painted to be in the same army. This is the Monster Fight Club mini.
Dude, that looks cool. That looks a lot like the red armor in the book. That the suit he's wearing.
Yeah. I was pretty happy with the look, and even their lighter armed guys, like this guy, I think works well for our MP.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and then I've got ones that are painted as actual game pieces where they got like a single dominant color. But I've got a little army painted who are actually in more correct military colors.
Oh, nice. Well, you see, it's the future, or it's an alternative reality somewhere, or it's a long time ago, far, whatever way you want to do it. I know it's basically the future because we're all humans and stuff like that. But they look pretty cool, dude. And embrace the kit bash. I used to do a lot of kit bashing years ago when, back in my younger days. Because actually, one of my best kit bashes I ever did was I took an Age of Sigmar mini. Okay. It was one of the, what they call, I can't remember, Stormcast Eternals. It was one of the early on ones. And I turned it into my Smash Captain for my Blood Angels. Because the armor with those guys, they were a lot chunkier than the newer Stormcasts. And they were like 80% looking like Space Marines. And they were called Sigmarines. Sigmar Marines, everyone called them. And they did look quite like it.
That's terrible.
Yeah. But dude, I liked them. But they looked great and it worked so well for my kit bash. It was the core of it, and he had chlamydia, I think. I hope it's not chlamydia, but chlamydia. B for Birdie. This is a character model. I got this in I say my local shop. It used to be my local shop before I moved. Like 70 kilometers away. Yeah, I went from like
50 miles. That's not so bad, but yeah, not local anymore.
I went from the most populated part of the country to the third least populated part of the country. And oh my god, dude, life is so much better. Everything's better. It feels like if you know what it feels like back in the 90s and 2000s when I was growing up, it has the same feeling here. The plastic range for all the new Konflikt stuff is amazing.
I mean, I'm glad for the change. It sounds like a much better thing for you, and those are cool.
Yeah. So this is a character mini, Birdie, B for Birdie. Yeah, and they give these little like inserts. Has a very simple and well done like how to assemble, and then a little blurb about the character, and then a little image of what he looks like. So it's really cool. He's a Brit. He's for the Brits, sadly. So might have to make a few bombs or whatever.
Well, it seems like you are, that you're doing some kit bashing with these though.
Yeah. What I have is, where are they? I don't want to take the box over. It's actually in the other side of the room. So I have my World War II bolt action German veteran infantry, and I'm just taking my parts I've 3D printed. I didn't test these before. I kind of want to see how it would turn out on stream because it's part of the fun anyway. But
of course,
I'm starting to like them a little more. I'm gonna put them on bases anyway, just to see how they look.
Now, do you do finished bases? I do once in a while, but I usually prefer just black.
Oh, you mean like? Yeah, I'll show you actually. So I have mud, I have grass, and obviously a little snow and ice stuff on here.
Yeah.
I have some more over in the corner there of these guys. It's basically the same thing, but yeah, it's pretty much that's kind of what I like anyway.
I only do that kind of thing for models that seem like they need it. Like a dryad, I'll do like a bunch of like plants coming out of the base around the dryad, or like flowers or whatever. But for most models, I like to use terrain, and so I usually leave them blank so that they can match whatever terrain.
Yeah, it depends like what you're using the model for as well, like I know people, with like quote unquote D&D models, they don't really do the bases; they just paint the rims or whatever, paint it black. But I do like to do it. It just fills it in, even if it's just like a bunch of mud and grass, because I like to try and theme everything. So anytime I have anything for like any war game or whatever, when I create my list, I don't care about having the most cool, most badass, awesome, most perfect list ever. I care more about the theme and idea of the army, and then I try to get my bases to match with that idea I'm running with.
Sure.
It's like I rather something to look cool and play fun than be like, I'm going to do the same thing that every other person's doing. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, I've been having fun getting some cyberpunk guys painted up as well.
Nice.
Yeah, working on that for the for playtests for the well, kind of a superhero game. It's meant to be, you're playing like normal people who are first responders, so like police, firemen, paramedics, ambulance chasing lawyers, people who would go to the scene of a crime or an accident, and evidence technicians, and you are responding to terrible events as the game loop. Like, so there's an emergency call, you're going out to it and trying to solve or fix the problem, and what's causing it are like, sometimes it's like normal gangs, normal crime, or city corruption, but sometimes it's supervillains. In the core game, you aren't playing superpowered characters, you're playing normal people. And then we want to, in a second book, introduce player-facing superpowers. And that lets you kind of compete equally with some of the villains.
Yeah.
But I think setting up the play pattern for the normal people in the world with supervillains is going to be where you're responding to problems constantly as one of the main portions of the game, and trying to stop them is going to help frame the playing superpowered characters later, so that players who are playing the core game and then are playing this additional part are kind of used to, okay, yeah, a problem happened, we're going to go respond to it.
Yeah. You were telling us about this before. Sounds interesting.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see. We'll be round 3 of playtesting.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck! What was I gonna say? I'm absolutely brain dead. Oh, question. From Nate Does Gaming. Question for you: how or why did you get into building minis? Well, for myself personally, I was 10, 11 years old and got into Warhammer, and I was like, ooh, that's cool. I also just like painting minis. So I used to just buy models just for painting, just for fun. And my friend would go insane because, like, why would you play? I was like, I'm building my list, I'm building my army. And then that was the problem with Warhammer for me is, okay, cool. I just finished building my army and my list because I wanted my minis to look a certain way and be quote unquote well painted to my degree that I'm happy with. And okay, cool, they're ready to go. And oh, cool, a new errata came out, a new book came out. I have to change this, have to change that, and then it's just like, what's the point?
It's annoying, but it's kind of their whole business model.
Yeah, and that's the problem. So that's just myself. At most, what about yourself? I know you do some mini stuff from time to time as well.
Yep. Basically, when it comes to minis, it's because of war games. I kind of wish it was cheaper because it is kind of ridiculously priced for like cost.
Yeah, that's true.
Very recently, getting into Gunpla, and Gunpla in particular, for the price for what you get is ridiculous. Like it could still get pretty expensive, but you can make more complex mechanisms. Like you have reticulating treads and all the arms and all the weapons move around and stuff. But you can't do that with minis very well because they're so small. But the larger they get, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've seen the prices on the Gunpla, and like a basic like kit, 18, 20 euro, and they look good. They're pretty big, like size, lots of details, and you can go from like that price scale up to like $120 or whatever for like super insanely detailed bigger models. And
so the treads actually work on this. This is like the gun tank right here.
Yeah.
Nice.
The arms move, the guns move, and you can roll it on the ground. Surprisingly.
Oh, nice.
But
Oh,
continue.
wow.
Sorry for interrupting you.
No. That's cool, dude. I've seen a few models. From time to time, I'll add like a Gunpla into like an Amazon cart, and then I forget about it. Again, that's something that isn't sold here, which like you have to buy everything online. It's a bit of a pain, but like, I kind of get it. But small country and all, but like still. What about you, Todd?
Why did I get into painting or
Yeah,
building?
why and
War
how?
games originally,
War games,
and then later on RPGs.
yeah.
I got decent at painting when I was doing RPGs, though. I wasn't really good at painting when I was playing war games.
Yeah, I think when it comes to that, there's like two mindsets for wargamers. You either I want my army to look a certain way or and be like super pretty, or people are like I just want to play the game.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I wanted mine to look good, but it was playing the game was definitely the focus.
Yeah, like I had friends who wanted the army to look good, but like they wanted to play the game as soon as possible, which I do get. Like I think both ways are absolutely valid. I say I enjoy the lore behind it and just building them. I wish they had a Titanfall one. Oh, Titanfall, the video game. You can get like Titanfall-esque minis, but you have to go the way of 3D printing, and there are small creators and companies out there which do stuff in that vein.
I don't know. It depends on the scale you're going for.
Skullforged, I think, does stuff like that.
You could get a bunch of cheap depending on like how much money you want to put into it or how nice the models you want to have. You could get serviceable models that Wizards of the Coast put out or WizKids. It was WizKids. Their Mech Warrior line from like 10 or 15 years ago. They have infantry that are scaled about the same size as like Micro Machines used to be, and then the mechs are scaled on like 40 or 50 millimeter bases, sometimes bigger.
Oh, okay, so like 8mm scale total or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And so they do have a lot of ones that look like they'd be usable in Titanfall, and I've done a little bit of modding with those. Although I've got a few that I use actually in scale with 28 millimeter models or 25 millimeter models, and I just use the mechs as robots for that. In that case, big robots.
Yeah.
But the intent is really that they're much bigger, just like in Titanfall.
Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. Yeah, there's too much stuff out there. Again, I think some of the shops here I've been into, they would have some WizKid stuff, and it would always be like, WizKids is the one who does like the Critical Role minis as well, don't they? I think.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, you'd only see WizKids Critical Role, and it's like, why are you doing this? And you go into the shop, like the RPG section, and it would just be, oh look, here's 5e, and here's Pathfinder 2e, and here's about 20 books which no one ever buys for those two systems. Oh, dude.
So the cool thing about this right here is you could, like, say you're playing there's not a war game for this, but like you could rip off like the head, pouch right off without breaking. All of it just comes off in little pieces, and you can see how like it can reticulate right here.
Yeah.
They need to add that to like war games, so like you could actually when you blow up a tank, it comes apart.
That is cool.
I mean,
these
you can do that. It's just kind of a pain. You can magnetize a miniature to do that.
Yeah. Gunpla is designed like that, though.
Yeah. And a lot of it is push fit. You don't actually need glue for any or the majority of it, but people just glue in certain parts. Obviously, you don't glue the joints because then they're not joints anymore.
Yes. Although I have done that on a tank just to keep the top from flopping around.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, it's okay. The barrel is facing this way now.
You get like
armored cars.
you have like little nubs that reticulates on, and it's a lengthy process. It might take a while to build. I don't know if you built one before, but it's easier because they're bigger. It's not like you're putting together something the size of a pea, attaching it to another thing that's the size of a pea.
That's one thing I have always said to people. If you want to get better at like just painting minis, for example, paint bigger models, paint like busts, because it's easier to develop your skills, say like wet blending on a bigger surface.
I think actually what would be better is start painting by touching up pre-painted models.
Yeah, it sort of depends. Like for me,
Because,
just for me personally, when like how I actually like I used to be doing a lot of painting all the time, like every day or every other day, and I was wanting to learn new techniques and stuff like that, and then I'd try them on smaller models, and it just wouldn't work as well. Then I'd get like busts or print them off, and I was like, okay, cool. Now I can do practice wet blending with skin on a large surface face model. So instead of having like a model like this big, trying to paint it, but the head would literally be this big on the model I'm trying to paint. Like a couple inches big. So, and then I'd put it on a smaller mini. I was like, oh, I can actually do it now. I understand the process behind it. That's just me, though. But, a homebrew campaign I've been building and working on for a year. Mix of Titanfall 2, Destiny, and Anthem. Is this for an RPG or just like your own homemade war game thingy? Nate. Huh.
And is it something you're playing or writing?
Yeah.
Building and working on.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's playing or not playing.
Well, he didn't specify. He just says he's building and working on it.
Yeah.
Still working out the kinks.
Damn it.
Well, when it comes to painting, that guy on your Discord, Fox, he introduced me to speed paints.
Oh yeah.
I wish I had access to that.
They're okay. I use them for terrain sometimes. I don't usually use them on models. I might on a larger model, like if I was painting maybe a dragon or something. But I've done that a couple of times, and that would save some time on the wings.
And Sendro, he does a lot of Trench Crusade stuff. Him.
Yeah, I think it's him.
Yeah, he's Italian. He's actually the guy who created.
Oh wait, it's not him. I was pretty sure the guy I was talking to was like Russian or some
Rudy.
kind of Slavic. Rudy, yes, that guy.
Yeah, he does bolt action and conflict stuff as well. He has an ungodly amount of models. Amazing.
He uses the speed paints for like cloth, leather, wood, like for weapons, and it looks really good. He doesn't use it on metal objects. He advises against it, but he also has like those paints that glow in the dark.
Yeah,
for the plasma weapons or the Tesla guns. That looks insane.
Yeah, I've seen them around the last few months, more and more popping up here and there. So eventually, it's a bit of both. So it's a mix of like a war game and an RPG thing. Okay, you can run for your friends as test subjects.
Cool.
Nice.
I definitely encourage you to try just running a simple combat 1v1 with somebody else and seeing if it works as a first step before you get your friends involved in a campaign. But that's cool. That's exciting. You're working on that.
Yeah, I've done a few private games with a buddy of mine, and he's like working on his stuff for his home group. And he's like a few home groups, and he was like asked me and a few other people that we know to like, oh, help me out with this because my other groups more want to just play, they don't want to test stuff out, and we're like, yeah, sure, we don't mind testing stuff now. We're going to play, have a fun time anyway, so why not? And we figured out a few different ways of doing gun combat that we really liked, and they work based on the scale you want to play with. So if you're doing like, say, we have a handful of us versus a handful of them, we're going to use it in a different way. But if you want to do mass combat, we roll a different set of dice and how things work like that. It's so you still have the tension, and you're not like, oh, we're absolutely screwed because we now have 20 guys against us. You still have a good chance, but you can still get your ass blown away. So it doesn't feel like you're just struggling and you're just going to die every time more guys show up. And it works really, really well. And the tension never went away, which is good.
Is this that massive battle against that vampire?
No. This is a private game that we did. It wasn't Barrows and Borderlands stuff at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just my friends, just personal stuff. But dude, that I'll say, Todd, I don't know if you know this, but on the Barrows and Borderlands server, we did a massive war game. It was insane. So we done I think 4.5 hour long chainmail mass combat with, I think our side had like 16 or 18,000 guys, the enemy side like 22, and it was crazy. It went on for ages, and it was lots of fun because we're like us were heavily invested. And if it went badly, and we did not win, and we just barely got by pure luck, it would have changed how the entire game worked. Essentially, the world would have been changed to where evil vampire god would turn people, and it'd move across the land, turning everyone into either cattle or slaves. And Matt was like, yeah, dude, if we fail, that would be what the game is now. And by the way, this wasn't something Matt set up. This was like one of the other referees, and Matt was cool with it. So, yeah, it was crazy.
That's fun. Did you guys do anything to try to represent the like enemy positions and stuff, or was it all theater of the mind?
TL draw. We used TL draw, and we had a map set up. We had tokens in place with everyone named. Same on our side. We had all of our characters, our mercenaries, other groups that were there to help. We had fortifications set up. Yeah, it was. We planned things out, and some of the plans went to shit. Because pure luck at the end of the day, and we had some good old jamness that went down. And dude, like if one or two of the things failed, we would have been all dead.
Right.
You just
that sounds like a cool way to play. I know that if you do earth-shattering events all the time, either you'll break your setting or you'll just wind up. It won't seem as exciting the fourth or fifth time, but it can be really cool to do that every once in a while.
Yeah, that was the first one, I think. We've done a few Bronsteins as well, which were pretty cool. And one of the effects from that combat that we did, we will be doing another Bronstein, and it's going to be a trial of one of the characters, who was a prince of the land, but he was wanted for crimes of necromancy.
Oh, interesting.
It's more of a fine-tuned certain. You go past level 20 and move. You can throw space and sci-fi stuff into your games from the get-go. It's especially. Yeah. What would you use for the space stuff? Oh, you mean like space combat, like ship to ship or whatever? I know of a game you might be able to use for ship to ship combat.
Indeed.
A little game called Dropship, my friend.
That is quite true.
I was about I was about to say attack vector, but yeah, dropship.
Dropship, my co-author is a physicist, and we spent some time thinking about how to make a fairly realistic but also fun space combat system.
Yeah.
And we had that done about half a decade ago, and it was all the character abilities and setting stuff we've been working on since.
Is it 3D? And is it Newtonian?
It is 3D, and if you're asking if gravity matters, yes. If you're asking if we're using Euclidean geometry, the answer is no.
No, I meant like if you're applying thrust, do you have to like retro burn and you have to move around using Newtonian physics? Because like realistic space combat, or is it cooler?
Yeah,
like
so there
movie?
There are certain assumptions that we've made about how space combat will work. One of those is that you will not continually accelerate during combat. One of the reasons for this, of course, is that it would mess with your maneuverability. The other is that you could theoretically get going to such a speed that you wouldn't be able to react to a problem that simply gets stuck in front of you. And when you're fast enough, you can't detect what the enemy is doing because you're outrunning your own sensors. That will create problems for you. And so our space combat is typically taking place at fairly high speeds, but nothing approaching like light or sublight speed, because at a certain point where if you are moving at such a rate that an enemy can see where you are, predict where you're going to be, and act, but you are still moving at the speed where even if whatever they did isn't going to intercept you for a while, that you can't see and do anything about it, you're toast. The same is true if you're going very, very slow. If you're going extremely slow, everyone else is zipping past you.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we have like inertial drift as part of the space combat. We also assume that these civilizations aren't retarded and aren't using like 1980s shuttles as fighters, so that their ships are capable of multi-vector movement and are not simply relying on rear thrust, because that would be a terrible way to make a space combat vessel.
Have you ever heard of Attack Vector from Mad Astra Games?
I believe so. Let me quickly type it in and see if I recognize the cover. We spent quite a lot of time researching the genre, and also I audited 2 different classes. I think one was from Harvard and one was from somebody else, going through all of the lectures for those astronomy courses to think about distances and stuff. Yeah, so this is, let's see, thermodynamics of, yep, so we do have power generation, though we have a different method of tracking it. Specific impulse and propellant mass. Yep. Yeah.
So Attack Vector is like Kerbal Space Program if it was a war board game. You're basically attacking from extremely long ranges, like many kilometers, and basically do drive-bys.
Yeah, our combat now. We primarily are doing combat spaces, which is a certain increment of an astronomical unit, or is about 2,000 miles. I think that would come out to like 2,500, 2,700 kilometers. And then we're typically having engagements at ranges somewhere between, 12,000 miles and 1 or 2 light seconds out. Like that they're actually engaging at that range, and that seems to work. That seems to work pretty well. And it gives you usable travel times between planets, where it's a matter of days with calculated acceleration and deceleration rather than months or years, while still not being instantaneous.
Nice. What kind of tech level is it?
What's that?
What kind of tech level, and what kind of like science fiction power generation did you guys come up with, or are you using like some kind of theoretical stuff that from the near future? Like, did you create like a beryllium sphere?
No, we don't actually answer the question of how the power is being generated. We explain what's happening when it's working and when it doesn't. We felt that was, in most cases, best, because knowing how the power is generated will not create any useful game material, almost ever, other than occasionally if you're out of fuel, which we do have drive fuel, and we do have certain planet types where you're more likely to be able to extract drive fuel or the components to refine it from those planets. But explaining the power generation mechanism did not seem to be a great use of space to us in the game. We focused it more heavily on stuff to do, enemies to fight. This is a situation where humanity has begun expanding, colonizing other star systems. And we, at the point where aliens noticed we existed, we had about 100 colonies, and we're down to 20 or 30 colonies. The alien civilizations decided to carve up human space like a bunch of Europeans carving up Africa. And the only reason we haven't lost yet is because of the travel times, which while we are hitting faster than light travel, it's still not all that fast. We're talking about for most drives, you're talking about a month of travel time per parsec of distance, which is about 3 to 3.5 light years. So that lag and having even communication have a lag means that your characters wind up playing in what is very much an 18th century style military organization, because you can't constantly call back to command for orders. The local commander or the local captain or the local maybe commodore or admiral, whoever's in system, really has to be able to make command decisions, because there is no capacity to call back, wait for orders, and then follow them for like a battle. Because it takes weeks or months to send a transmission to another star system. And then that was done for game purposes, because we wanted this to be a situation where the players could make meaningful choices once they got to even a middling officer rank.
Nice. So Nate Does Gaming says ship to combat as well as boarding combat, but that's for past level 20.
We've got that at level 1, buddy.
I'm gonna assume you're playing 5e, because level 20 is. I have some long-term characters in some games, and I'm nowhere near that.
Actually, our host here has done a boarding action.
Yes, in dropship. Yeah.
Yep.
We also have Agile Monk. Everyone knows who Agile is. He's awesome. Hi, Kieran, for showing up to give you some support the channel, and look forward to interviewing tomorrow. Dude, we're doing 2 things tomorrow. I have Rob Alderman on for our Gods of the North. We're going to be talking about that, like how we finished up with Volume 3. It's all being shipped out now, or it's in the process of what's going to be happening next, and just general chit-chat and RPG stuff. And then Chubby Funster and I are doing a dual stream, going over a bunch of stuff. And, dude, he became a member for Fox Boys. You do not need to do that, but thank you so much. That's absolutely awesome. Thank you, dude. You have Muzz again. Is space combat in real time, or do you play by post? You kind of talk about that there. It's done in real time, isn't it? Essentially, yeah. Because we're not going to be, sitting here and I'm gonna write you a note, and I'm gonna email to the US or mail it in the US, and
No,
yeah.
It's real time.
And then we have how is the house coming on? The house is going great. Only thing is, like, we're just putting money aside so we can get stuff for storage and just general stuff like that, you know. So it'll be a few months before we kind of have things the way we want, just basic setup. Like in the back room now has just a bunch of stuff in there, and we're going to get rid of a bunch of stuff this week. So then we can put some other stuff in there.
It sounds like you're playing musical chairs with your items.
Oh, it's because we just got rid of a bunch of clothes, and we're going to give some of them to charity, and some of her little sister wants to go through. You know, stuff like that. So, and then she'll be so Atari Sector here. This came actually this morning, and then Illegitimate Salvage, which is a Forbidden Psalms game, a skirmish type game, came a week and a week ago. It's really cool. I absolutely love the Forbidden Psalms stuff. It's just amazing. Lots of fun. And the art in this is insane. Like the creator, I actually done an interview with the creator there a few weeks back, and he's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah. It is sort of Morkborg based. So say if you're playing Morkborg or any sort of version of that, a lot of people do is, especially with the original game, is when they do combat, they break out the original Forbidden Psalm book and play with that because the combat's just better and more interesting. And it doesn't take long to do anyway. Oh my god!
Yeah. I will say I've been invited to play Morkborg before, but it has never actually happened. And it looks like a fun visual, and to me, at a glance, reading through some of the material, but not maybe a game I really want to play very much. I don't know. How have you felt having
the game? It like Morkborg. Let's see, that game I'm talking about there, Forbidden Psalms. It uses like the statistics and stuff from Morkborg, and like you can port creatures and monsters over it and put it in and create your own sort of unique stuff. But Morkborg itself is okay. It's fine. The cool thing about Morkborg is everything else around it. It's all the other stuff that third-party people have created or fans have created. Like the best Morkborg thing is Pirateborg. It's just a completely different standalone game, which has the same stuff in it and a lot more. It's a cool ass theme. You know, you can play with all the Morkborg stuff with it. It's the same price, and the books are like better quality. So, yeah, you know, it's kind of a no-brainer there. So this is all the Atari Sector stuff that came. Yeah, there's some little stickies, some dice. 2d6 system anyway, and you have this sticker sheet, but it's like a material of some sort. It's not like normal stickers, so I think these are meant to be like removable stickers, which are pretty cool, and gives you a little blank sector map you can use, and then it has the 3 books in here. So I'm gonna do a little unboxing that during the week or post it next week, whatever it is. Have a flip through and see like what the hell it is, because I've got to the point where doing video stuff, I rarely want to touch PDFs unless I don't have the choice. It's just because I find it mind-numbing sometimes. Unless it's like I'm getting ready to play a game, like okay, cool, that's fine. But like just reading it, it's I'd rather wait 6 months for a book to show up. And that's the stage I'm at. I'm not joking anymore. I've already much stuff here. I can wait 6 months for a book to show up. You know. Agile Monk. Rob is an amazing guy. Yeah, he's also one of the coolest guys I've met or talked to.
Yeah, I got to hang out with him about 4 weeks ago. It was good.
That was at the con, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, he meant like in space combat, you fire a missile. It takes hours.
No, because unlike in atmosphere and unlike with a manned craft, you don't have nearly as many issues when you're firing a missile in space to have it continually accelerate at a really dumb acceleration rate. Because you can burn off all the mass. You don't care. It's a missile. It's not a ship. Mm-hmm. So no, the missiles get to the target pretty quickly.
Looks borgy.
And again, using real world logic as to why a missile would normally outrun a ship if they both start at roughly the same speed. and have a similar rate of acceleration.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the missile is going to have just a strictly better one because it's a missile and doesn't have to keep people on it alive, and can afford to just burn off any reaction mass again because it's a missile and doesn't have to travel any further once its job is done.
Got it. Yeah, the cool thing as well, like each sort of species has their own type of weaponry in the game.
They do.
And they'll have different effects on your ships and your armor or shielding, depending what you have with it as well. So maybe some races or species would be more effective against your own craft that you're dealing with, or that you're flying, or your weapons might be more effective against them, which is again a cool idea. And it prevents each sort of species being like the ship combat being the same. It adds diversity naturally. Without being,
then the species-based maneuvers for the ships as well really help with that. Where if there is a crew of a given alien species on a ship, they will tend to be trained to be able to react or manipulate the weapons in a unique way that other civilizations are not. So, like, you might have a civilization where their crews are better at punching through shields, or you might have a different civilization whose crew is better at getting through armor, but shields are a problem for them. Or you might have a civilization who really is good at ambushing their opponents, or any of a number of things. And that plays into the game. And it uses, other than the stuff that's specific to space combat, things like inertia, gravity wells, etc. Other than that stuff, it uses the same core combat system as the player scale combat. So, like, how turn order works, how actions work, and so on, are very much linked to how you would play as a character, or play as a character who's driving a vehicle across the surface of a planet.
Yeah. What was it? Well, my brain's starting to get fried. I'm quite tired.
Did you ever see those ads against drugs from the 80s for in the US?
No, maybe I should get some. It might help.
Yeah, they'd fry eggs and be like, "Yep, that's your brain on drugs."
Oh, I remember seeing Beetlejuice in a scary movie, and they open up what's his face's head and like, "That's your brain on drugs." Ooh.
That is what they were referencing. Yep.
Okay, there you go. I learned something.
When you say your brain is fried, that's what I'm picturing. Fried eggs.
Agile Monk, you absolute psychopath. You do not need to do that. Seriously. This is for you and your lovely gal in the house. Thank you so much.
Oh.
We have two psychopaths here, by the way. We have Agile Monk. It's a compliment, by the way. And we have Atmos. Atmos, and basically anytime I stream, Atmos is like, "Here, dude." I'm like, "Dude, you don't need to do that."
That's wonderful.
You gotta stop doing that and just take the money.
No, it's weird. It's cool, but it's kind of weird as well, you know.
Like, I was surprised that I could actually donate, and so I tested it out. It was pretty cool. That means you're actually doing something right, because a lot of people, at least in like the OSR sphere, they're still not like verified or anything like that because they don't have enough hits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, I don't know. A while ago, I had basically activated, like, I could do memberships, and I was like, I'll wait a while. I'll be not live streaming, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna start live streaming. I'm gonna do like 1, 2, or 3 times a week, depending on how my schedule and other stuff is, and how much free time I have. You know, just sit down, chat, have a few people on if they want to come on, do some model stuff, maybe look through some books, whatever. Just, you know, just hang out with shit, right? And then I was like, oh, cool, I can do that. Let's just see how it goes. And I'll probably have, like, if we get a few members, do like some membership first or membership only streams or whatever, and videos. Yeah, because I was saying this before, like, I'm trying to push a lot harder with everything now here. I have a lot more stuff lined up. Like, we have Todd on here in literally a week. We're going to be playing Dropship. And you know what? I think I said this to you before. I was so shocked that we got 7 people in like a day. for the game.
I told you at North Texas we had the least attended game we had was 6 players, and we were mostly at 8, 9 plus.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just mean that like I wasn't expecting people to, because I just literally just made an announcement, and I was like, yes. I was like, what? Okay, cool. This is great. It's not like we had 7 people, so even if 3 people don't show up, we still have 4 players.
Yep.
You know,
I would have actually signed up, but I around the time when the game starts, I'd be commuting home from work. The timing did not work out.
Oh, I feel that. I was asked by someone, oh, dude, I'm going to start like doing a game. Do you want a weekly game or bi-weekly game, whatever it is? Do you want to jump in? This is the time. I was like, I wish I could. I wish so badly. And that is literally the time I step on my couch to go to work.
Yep.
Now we are thinking about doing another one, right? In
later on, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a few people already signed up for running games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When we finish Dropship, we're going to announce the game we'll be playing 2 weeks later. It's going to be on the 22nd. Mm-hmm. And it may or may not be from someone who's playing with us. So that's going to be cool. I was in fact playing said game, which I will not say what it is yet.
Why?
It's being teasing. You got to tease. You know, you got to kiss the neck and move your way down around. You know, you don't just go. Here you go.
Are you sure? I feel like you're doing it wrong.
No, it's just I just don't want to distract from things.
Sure.
I'm trying to get more people to focus on one thing, and then but yeah, it's gonna be cool. And plus, it's not for another month, essentially. Well, 3 weeks. So yeah, it's plenty of time. But yeah, and then we're probably after that one, we're probably gonna have 2 or 3 people do stuff for us. I have 2 of them lined up, and one of them I'm waiting to confirm because we did talk about it before. Yeah. Agile says, doing this from iPhone, so it does the 99-cent lameness. I'm never going to complain. So thank you so much. He also became a member, which is crazy. Your brain and drugs, eggs, frying pan. So we have
on drugs, ate breakfast.
We have our buddy Muzz here. Our species different physiology, and some are better than others at high G.
Yes, though not the high G part particularly, as we have some inertial dampening, but we have some who are genuinely better in the outer space environment in different ways, whether literally physically in space, like outside the craft in 0G, or whether inside of the spaceship and just being used to living in ships for generations. We have a subtype of humans like that, actually, who are better at navigating and controlling ships than normal humans, because they're like 3rd or 4th generation starship truckers, essentially.
Starship truckers.
It's not what we called them, but that is accurate.
Yeah. Dude, that'd be cool.
And in the game, your lifespan is very much a resource, because unless you have access to relatively expensive technology, you are burning off months of your life every time you travel to a new star. Possibly years.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because there's several, like, we also have not only the ship-to-ship combat, but we have the man-to-man stuff as well.
Yes.
And yeah, I've done 2 or 3 times of the man-to-man stuff, and it is so good. Again, I think the game hits a spot with military sci-fi, which there isn't really, or at least I haven't come across much there with other games. There is other stuff out there, but it's different. I think it's different enough from pretty much everything else. It's
this is very targeted military sci-fi.
Yeah. So if you just want, you're basically like SAS in space, going around. We're going to do these missions, blast these son of a bitches apart, rescue the damsel, rescue or recover a piece of tech equipment, do ship raids, ship combat, or maybe have to escape from an overwhelming force. You know. So, we talked about that before.
And quick question about dropship universe: can humans who are like basically only live in space, are they able to visit planets without dying?
They are, because they are using artificial gravity. Sometimes that's via acceleration. Sometimes that's via other technology. But so they are able to, but they and the low gravity ones don't have the kinds of same advantages that so like the belter humans, who are typically in the low gravity environments, either because they're on a low gravity world or living on asteroids and stuff. They actually struggle more than the long-term trucker guys, because they're getting gravity from their ship's movement, if nothing else.
Because like
kind of like in the
that's really interesting.
You're familiar with that?
Yeah, because like I play a lot of Traveler, so like when you're in like 0G for like long periods of time, like if you're a spacer, like a scribe or anything like that, your circulatory system becomes like severely weakened, immune system is compromised, and you are basically blind and weak.
Yep.
So like stepping on foot on Earth would kill you, basically.
Yeah, that's what happens to our low gravity humans. But the guys who are living on ships are experiencing gravity, so they don't have those issues. And the high gravity humans, the ones who live on worlds with significantly greater gravity than Earth, are physically quite strong compared to everybody else, especially when they're not on a high G world. And the same thing for our Wastelander humans, because they're on worlds that are heavily irradiated, usually because of nuclear fallout, sometimes Viscaran weapons instead, and sometimes other things. They are very short-lived. They roll for old age at 20.
Damn. That's, I said pirate life for me, but I guess fucking no. The radioactive life's not for me.
They have certain advantages, one of which is that radiation doesn't hurt them that bad, because that.
But they'll die tomorrow.
There is. And each type of human and each type of alien. So the aliens are not playable; they're antagonists. You're playing human soldiers in this game, but you have 5 different kinds of human to pick from, and the one that you choose actually gives you bonus damage based on their nature. So, for example, the Wastelanders do an extra die of damage against enemies who have moved at the character scale. So if an enemy moved since the end of their last turn, they get an extra die of damage if they're shooting at them, because they're kind of paranoid. Their heads are on a swivel. Mm-hmm. Whereas normal humans do an extra die of damage if they're wounded. And this is to represent a burst of strength or focus caused by adrenaline, and so on.
Nice.
Interesting.
And they have like different naming conventions, because they're basically sort of like different grouping of people. Like you have a bunch of people who are like more, it's Russian. I can't remember the other one. They sort of live together.
Russian and Latino, I want to say.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. I was going to say Cuban, but I couldn't remember. I didn't want to say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Where they have settled most of the high gravity worlds.
Yeah.
People from South America, Central America, and Russia are the main inhabitants of those worlds. And as a result, those are the main languages and the main types of names that you'll find among heavy worlds. But because they've been doing this for more than one generation, you're going to find blended names. So you'll get like a Hispanic first name with a Russian last name.
But anyone who wasn't here earlier, this is essentially how my Italian Konflikt.
Are you sure? I mean, yeah, he's looking Roman, man. He's got the Roman helmet.
Yeah, that was my idea. Basically, go Empire.
Yeah.
I'm not lying. This one's actually starting to grow on me more and more. the more I look at it. Let's see if we can get at the camera so far away. Focus. See, it works. Just shout. Yeah.
That's good.
And I need to do putty on this guy, fix him up. I'm gonna do some rescaling with the weapons and stuff. This was literally just to test out how everything would go.
I'm not convinced you need to rescale the weapon. You just have to make certain assumptions. Like if these were
the heads need to be scaled down a little. The heads need to be scaled down a little. The arms are okay. The only problem is the resin I have is a little too brittle. It's not ABS resin I have here. I used all that up, and I just have like craft resin, which is stiffer and a bit more brittle.
You'd cracked one of the guns, didn't you?
What?
One of the guns you'd cracked, right?
Oh yeah. I had, because a few of them did, and it was because I didn't shave down the insides, like in here. I didn't shave it down. I shaved down a little bit. They were fine. If it's just a little bit of where the supports were, or they're just a little too tight. So yeah. But like these guys here are completely fine. They were shaved down. So yeah, just trial and error and to see what things look like and how they work, and yeah. And again, like,
I don't know if it'll show up. Like, let's see if it'll focus there.
Like these guys here are going to be standing beside a giant robot that looks weird. So
yeah.
So what's that thought you had?
Oh, I mean,
businessman.
Oh, nice. Oh, this is like your spy type character.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go, and this is one of those
the agent. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those Monster Fight Club miniatures.
Oh, nice.
They have really clean sculpts, which is nice for painting. I like them. If I'm gonna buy something that I have to do a lot of work on, there's at least I usually don't have to worry about mold lines. I just have to basically wash off any remaining mold release agent, dry it, and then it's good to go. Prime it and ready to paint.
Nice.
And yeah, they hold detail well, which has been fun. I've had other manufacturers with substantial quality control issues.
Yeah, I've noticed that with some companies they are having a few more issues as of lately, and it's kind of funny. I don't know if you know this, but like Games Workshop, the fewer boxes that have come out the last while, like the minis themselves are absolutely trashed. Some of them, like, just everything was blurred and it was like entire runs or like big section of runs. Yeah, it wasn't good.
Seems like a thing they should care about quite a bit, given their business model.
Well, given their business model, it's like, oh look, this material is now relatively cheap. Well, first of all, plastic literally costs cents. So if you look at an actual box of anything, let's say this box, right? The Games Workshop equivalent character is twice.
The art probably costs more than the mini. Yeah.
This cost me €14. Games Workshop, the same type of mini, single character, is €28. This mini is also bigger than those ones. It's just the scale is bigger. Not the scale, it's just the figure is more imposing. But the cardboard is the most expensive part by far. Yeah. And the plastic itself, there's a YouTuber, Outer Circle. He actually worked in a plastic molding facility. He understands how much like die making costs, and he can get into details. And when you split into 2 or 3, Games Workshop also stuff split into 2. So they just, the 2 pieces come together as opposed to like a third central piece. And
yeah.
And he's like, estimated, okay, for each tooling, for each set, for each run, the tooling alone is between 30 and 50 grand usually, depending on if they go with like a bigger sprue size or a smaller sprue size, depending on what it is. Okay, cool. That's cost, and that return is done in a handful of hours. And they've been using the same kits for 25 years. You know what I mean?
Kinda. The molds don't last that long. You do have to remake them if you're going to run it that long.
Well, the ones we're talking about metal. We're not. They have the same metal dyes. Now, if you're using like silicone, yeah, they will last for a few hundred usually. But
even the metal ones won't last forever, though.
No, they last a very long time, but they still have the same thing for it. But like 30 grand for that, and then each sprue, like a sprue like this, less than 10 cents of plastic.
Of course. So it's a question of volume. If they can sell enough, then they're making money.
Well, that's what I say. So Warlord Games has gives you the scale's a little smaller for like bolt action, just because they're more realistic size. But the Konflikt 47 stuff, similar size as Warhammer, in terms of scaling, and it is cheaper. It is also being made by a smaller company, which is doing smaller orders and smaller runs.
Oh, sure. I agree Games Workshop is overpriced.
Yeah.
But the idea that it's really 12 cents worth of plastic ignores the whole, we have to pay someone to design this model. We have to also build this mold.
Yeah, all their staff is on salary. The designers are getting paid £28,000 or £30,000. The people they have working for them, they're there because they're fans. And they don't treat them well. Just YouTubers who used to work for Games Workshop in different ways. And some of them have talked about, I was a manager in this store. Games Workshop doesn't give a flying F about anybody as long as they have turnover. Like the average turnover for a player, like a buyer with Games Workshop, is 2 years. Which is funny when you consider, because you come in mid-run of an edition. You have your army, you just got to put together, you got to paint it, you spend like $300 or $400, and they're like, oh yeah, there's a brand new thing coming out and you need to change everything and screw you. And then they like, okay, I quit.
Yeah, that's the same model that Wizards of the Coast uses with Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
Although they add in a collector's gambling element.
Yeah.
I think the issue with Games Workshop is they're not going to change because Wargaming is still a niche hobby, and most of their money comes in through licensing out their brand. So, like the books,
a very large
chunk. The shows, the movies, the games, video games.
Yeah, a very large chunk of their stuff does come in from that.
You know something fun I got to do recently Kieran?
What?
I got to at a convention where WizKids had a booth and was selling miniatures. I got to undercut them selling miniatures, not only that they had made, but that they had sold to my company.
That is called total Chad move. That's awesome.
Nate and I purchased directly from them.
Yeah,
and we were under their prices by like 50%, and still turning a profit.
Yeah. Do you have Defenders? Sorry, go on. Almost.
But it's a lot. But I spend some time looking around for good deals, especially for manufacturers who have accidentally produced too much inventory of a given product line. For miniatures, and then if we're able to get those at a steep discount, then we can turn around and sell them at events or sell them online. And we'll also do the same for game stores. So there's a game store in Texas that was looking to dump a bunch of Star Wars miniatures that were made like 20 years ago that they had in stock.
Yeah.
We bought those and we sold almost all of them. We have maybe 30 left in 2 weeks.
Oh, nice.
And so, we're going to be offering some more Star Wars miniatures. I found another reasonable deal random ones through our website, or if you want to take the time to meet with us in person or hop on a call like this, just a private call though, we can look through and have people pick stuff out. But otherwise, we'll just sell them in like batches of 4 for $10. And if you look at current pricing, we're undercutting the market. But that takes some time and effort, and we only make money at scale. If I sell you 1 miniature, we didn't make any money really.
Yeah.
If we sell 100 miniatures, then we turn to profit.
Nice.
So
yeah.
I get to see some of the reselling aspect of the wargaming and RPG miniature hobby.
Like, yeah, I have stuff here that's not in production anymore, and it's like 2-3 times the price you could sell it for than what I bought it for at the time.
Yeah.
After inflation as well. Easily. I've seen ones in worse condition going for ridiculous prices. I'm like, I'm gonna get rid of some stuff just because I'm not gonna use it, and I can 3D print the bits anyway if I want. There's exact copies. And there's people out there who would, they just want the plastic and all that stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. And it's gonna free up some space. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll be doing that now in a little while. I think maybe a few weeks, sell some stuff. So if you see some rare Blood Angel stuff coming out of Europe, it might be me.
Now, I don't know how you'll be set financially, dude, but if we could make it happen, I would love for you to come to the U.S. and in particular to the Central New York RPG Con.
Do you know what's funny?
I think that you would have a blast.
What's funny is our buddy Dan is trying to get me to go to one of the cons in October. I can't go. There's like a birthday thing on. He's like, dude, I can get you to come over. I think like he's like 200 or 300,000 miles of stuff, and he's like, I can get you over. It cost me like $50. I was like, dude, we'll see. I was like, I can't go. He's like, I'm gonna get to come over at some stage, prick.
He was at Central New York.
Oh, you're talking to Dan. Okay, cool.
Oh yeah, he was at North Texas too.
Did you play with him as well, or?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man, we had a good time.
What's the one in October? I can't remember the name. There's too many.
That's Arnicon.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but every other week there's a con.
Yep. The US is made up of a bunch of smaller cons. I heard in the UK in particular, there's like only a few big ones.
Yeah, like here, there's like 1 or 2 ones that go off every year, and one of them's Comic-Con. The other one is like a more like mini stuff and role-playing game stuff. And I looked at it, I was like, this does not look like fun. Does not sound fun to me. Everything I looking at the games they have like running, I was like, maybe I'll try and get something on there. And it's just like 5e, 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 5e. Cthulhu 5e.
You know Victor Gorchev, right?
Yeah.
People were playing Blacklight at Central New York.
Oh, nice.
That's cool. It looks like Victor might be there next year.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Which
Blacklight,
is obviously not his real name, but I
like Blacklight a lot. It was fun. It's very fun. Yeah. Again, like there's a lot of cool stuff out there for Shadow Dark. And
Matt Tapp was there.
Yeah.
So you should try to go. I think you would have fun.
I'll try.
Especially if Dan's going to pay for it.
Probably won't be for the first few years, to be honest, just because basically all of our money's in this house. So.
Again, if Dan is paying for your ticket, you should really consider going.
That's the thing. If I would be able to go on in October, I would have. I'd be like, yeah, I'm sure.
I think the New York convention would be easier for you just because it's going to be closer, so you don't have to, set on a plane or do hop on 2 planes just to get there, because Arnicon's technically in the middle of the United States.
Yeah, Arnicon's not closer to Ireland.
Yeah, it's a little bit. It's quite a ways further.
Yeah. But anyway, just something to think about, man. Because yeah, if it was just like, oh, I can't afford a hotel stay or something, dude, you could just crash with me and Nate.
Yeah, I want to go at some stage in the future. It's just all the money's in the house. Everything I save. So I've put my budget down for like just normal like personal spending way down, just because just build stuff anyway. But then we're saving more for general house saving for like emergencies and other stuff like that. That's the most important thing. So my monthly gaming budget and stuff like that is down quite a bit. Like I even said like last year, I wasn't gonna back as many Kickstarters and stuff, and I did, and I was like, "What the fuck am I doing? It's stupid." But there's a lot of cool shit, so that's fine. But I'm doing way less this year, like 2 or 3 things, like maybe 1 or 2 things a month at most, and the rest is like, okay, cool. I'm gonna buy some paints. I'm gonna buy some super glue. I'm gonna buy a cool little box of models here and there, and I'll buy a book or 2. Like that's why I bought like Dropship. I played it. I thought it was awesome, and I remember I messaged you like, when's it gonna end? Like the pre-sale, and like, oh, it's not gonna end for like 2 weeks. Oh, okay. I was like, great. I'm just gonna because I'm getting paid and then next week, and then I was like, okay, cool. I can then put money aside for that, and that's.
And your book is as I mentioned earlier,
it's on the way. So it'd probably, if I'm lucky, it'll be here Friday. But it'll probably be, I'm thinking, even if it comes here Friday, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to be working the entire time, and then by the time I get home, I sleep, and then I wake up. So I probably won't even get to look at it until this coming week. But yeah.
Do you have to pay VAT for mail?
I'm not sure. It depends. I've got stuff shipped in.
You had to last time, so
last time, yes, we'll see. And it wasn't much anyway. But usually, how it works with books is they are usually VAT free for importation into Ireland.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's like that everywhere, but that's usually the case. Sometimes
we have the same issue with Canada, by the way. Depending on what carrier is carrying it, you may or may not have to pay an import tax.
Yeah, I think it was like $5 or something like that. It wasn't much, like 4 or 5.
Yeah,
it was nothing, not a big deal.
But yeah, we have a little warning if you order from Ireland or Canada. I think.
Yeah.
Hey, you might have to pay another tax. They won't let us pay it for you, so.
I think Canada. I remember because I'm Bear the Gen X GM. He basically will warn people like, I will refuse to take any mail from the U.S. Postal Service. Send it through FedEx because it's gonna that $40 book's gonna cost me $100.
Yeah, Bear has gotten a book from me, and that went smooth. But yeah, depending on the carrier, you get the wrong one, and yep, they'll absolutely do that. And they're not supposed to. Is the dumb thing.
Like one thing I've noticed. Sorry, go
on. Canada in particular, they have a archaic postal service that they need to update. It's not the U.S.'s fault because I looked into it. They just need to update their because they're all spread out and they just don't have a really good system, so it's just expensive. FedEx is probably the only way to avoid the expensive cost for it. I don't know if it's similar with Ireland.
It was the opposite. If I send it through the Canadian Postal Service when they're not on strike, that avoids the fees.
Oh.
But when they're not on strike.
When they're not on strike.
That's the problem. Yeah, like the other problem is, okay, a lot of stuff is being made by Americans. You damn Americans, obviously that's fine, doesn't matter. But what I mean is more and more people are starting to make their books in America and ship them from America, which is also like that's good. But
oh yeah, I've been busy. I actually work in the printing industry, actually.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh dude.
I'm busy nonstop. It's a little bit ridiculous.
I've noticed that like more and more creators, especially smaller creators, like When I mean smaller, I mean like people who were, raising like under 100,000. Um, a lot of them are making stuff in the US, but then the problem is when they start wanting to ship it abroad. Let's say I was looking at Hyperborea, just pricing it, just curious. So the shipping was like €5 less than the actual book.
And that's optimistic.
Oh, that was the actual price. I went and put it into checkout just to see how much it was.
Yeah.
So whatever price it was at the time, it was like $5 less. So
what I mean is
getting 2 copies.
That's sending it a very specific way and assumes certain things about weight and so on that may or may not be true for his next book, or depending on how it's bound, his hardcover versus his soft cover. Like,
yeah, it was from the store directly, so the hardcover. But then I've also had the Axe books shipped. Mm-hmm. And the ship, they're big, heavy, chunky boys, and I do not know what shipper McCrease is using, but it was like €45. It's less than half the price of the shipping of the Hyperborea book.
Well, if you've got enough volume, you can send over a shipping container, and then you save quite a bit.
Oh no, this was direct. I bought from the website. Direct.
No, I follow, but he's probably got a local distributor. He might not, but that would be my guess.
No, mine came from the US direct.
Really?
Yep. I had the shipping address it came from.
Okay. You need to ask him. Yeah, try to get him an interview and ask him. That's really useful information.
Yeah, I don't know. He's doing it through another company, but it was US based. Because I think it left from California or something like that. I'm not sure. I can't remember because I got them.
I do get reasonable shipping rates to Australia through one of our printers that are much better than if I do it myself, and that is getting shipped from New York and the US. Yeah. So I don't know what deal they've cut to get that rate, but pretty much anywhere else in the world, it's usually cheaper to print it closer to you. So the book that you're getting from me got printed in the UK.
Yeah, that's
what I've noticed is by an American company, incidentally, but
that's. I mean, I do like having books being better off than printed in China or whatever, and then shipped around, and
we do printing exclusively in the USA, except for international orders. If it's cheaper to print it in or around your country, then we will do that.
Yeah.
Because it was a difference of $10 shipping, maybe 20, versus 60 or 50 or whatever. It's ridiculous. You could almost buy another book.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what was funny? I think it was John of fucking. Sorry, I'm very tired. My brain is starting to die. He does the streams with Victor Korchev.
Sure. So the basic expert.
Yes, there we go. Oh my god. I don't know how. I watch him quite even. Oh, dude, Technoblade. He is one of the lads we've been playing with as well.
Yes. Yes, and I believe he should. I believe he told me that he received his copy of Dropship. I believe he was one of the guys who ordered it. If I'm not mistaking him. I had fun playing with him on Adrian's channel.
Australia, you say, says Moz, and can I get a link to Dropship?
That's correct. Yeah. Dropship is blackwallgames.com. I don't know, Kieran, do you have that?
Yeah, I'm getting up now. Ta-da! Check it out there. It's pretty damn cool. Oh, dude, you're going to bed. Off to bed. I must go. I'll see you again, Agile. Again, thanks again, you absolute psychopath. Again, that's a compliment. But no, thank you. Really, it's crazy. People like just here's a super chat or here's a subscription. It's so cool. Plus, the whole idea, the reason why I set that up is so Okay, cool. I can then use when I build up enough. So YouTube doesn't send you the money out until you build up a certain amount.
Yeah.
So the idea I'm going to do is, okay, I can now get a better mic, or I can get a better stand. I can now eventually get a camera. I'm just using my phone at the moment. Like I touch like the thing that's holding it together barely, and that happens. It goes crazy for a little bit. But yeah, like put money back into things to get better equipment. Better clarity, better sound. That's basically the idea. And Technoblade.
How's your How's your like hobby budget for the month? You said you're keeping it fairly tight.
Yeah, I keep it around 100 euro ish. So between 50 and 100 at the moment. Because I also like, okay, cool. I'm gonna get like phone credit and stuff like that. Yeah. So I keep everything pretty tight. So basically 3/4 of my pay I put into house stuff and savings. I then keep a personal, just general savings for myself, and then I have like hobby spending or general spending. So that's kind of what I'm doing. Because I get paid weekly as well, so it's actually kind of better. I actually plan things out better. Because basically, especially when I was saving for the house, almost everyone I knew was getting paid monthly, and then by week 3 they're like, "Oh fuck!" So it actually did help quite a bit. Technoblade, I need to make dropship character for your game on the.
You should. Don't just play with one of the precons like those lazy people.
So Techno messaged me there earlier. Yes, I don't know. It's yesterday for me. May not. Whatever. You know how it works.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, you want to like chat and we make some characters together?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. We can start out when we can do that sometime." I just said, "Just send it to my hobby. I suck at adulting." That's funny.
Just find a way to write it off in your taxes.
Atmosky got it. Turn it into a tax expenditure.
Yeah, that's what I use gambling for. I don't aim to win. I basically take a bunch of money and lose it and write it off.
Hey, do you want to get? You know what you do? Gamble it on somebody you know, and then get it back off them. That's not called laundering at all, or fraud.
I don't know if it's like this in Ireland, but there's like slot machines everywhere in Illinois. Every gas station, every liquor store, just everywhere. And you pop in $20 once a week, and if you plan like $400, just go over to the casino, blow it all, keep the receipt, and you could write off 90% of it. It used to be 100%, but the law changed. So.
Yeah, how things work here in terms of taxes is most people are under a system called payee. So your taxes get automatically deducted from your paycheck. And to be honest, it works really, really, really well. So probably 85 to 90% of people, that's their system that they use. And it works really well. And most of the time it's, okay, we owe you €1 or €2 back at the end of the year. It's very accurate. Now, if you're like a self-employed person,
ours is very different than that.
Yeah. Yours is a guessing game. Your game, the game you play is, did I get the number right, boss, or do I go to jail? That's the game you play.
The messed up thing about that is they know what the number is. They just want us to do it, so we screw up.
Yeah, exactly. So then they can then take your car or your house.
I still agree with Al Capone. I believe the income tax is immoral.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we'll give him a second.
And I'm back. Sorry.
There he is.
My connection went. That happens here sometimes. Every now and then, it will just drop off for like a few seconds.
It was the government monitors being upset with me being opposed to income taxes. They overwhelmed your internet.
I'm getting DDoSed. We got a government DDoS. All my game stuff now comes through my business. Research. You should put quotes.
No, he's right. If you open like an LLC or something and you're developing games like he is, or like I am, there is some of that stuff that you can write off. Some of it you can't. Some of it's not legitimate. But yeah.
You don't need to pay tax on gambling winnings in Australia, and you can write off losses. Oh, dude, that's better.
Oh, and Musgrove, just so you know, for shipping to Australia, that was what you were asking about, I think. Hardcover books are the ones we have available internationally. I can enable softcover, but given the production cost and value, we have found that hardcover is probably the best way to go for the international orders.
And then we can just go mog everyone, be like, "Sup, bro? We got hired." It's theft by force.
It is.
It's theft by force, of course. Yeah, it is. But yeah, myself and Techno, we started doing a game last night. We were playing Zombie Rain, and dude, I've read through all the stuff he sent me before, and I backed the Kickstarter he had. I went all in, and he showed me stuff before, and we were playing it, and it's so good, so good, and the way it's laid out is brilliant.
Yeah,
it's definitely on the much higher tier of stuff that's out there for Shadow Dark.
Yeah, I got to look through some of that, and he and I were talking about some layout choices and a couple of changes for clarity. I don't know how much of that he implemented, but it looked really fun.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. We just had a one-on-one session, but yeah, I can't wait to play that again. It's definitely there's a lot of Shadow Dark stuff there that is really good, and some of the stuff is not so good. But what he's made is for sure probably one of maybe the top 3 things or 4 things I've played or seen for Shadow Dark stuff. So it's in my top 3 or 4 for sure.
At North Texas Con, I went and bought 2 big ass pizzas to crash a launch party for Eldritch Wastelands. Party was dope because there was moonshine, all kinds of weird shit. But it sounds interesting because it's a Southern Gothic, apocalyptic game for Shadow Dark. And then the guy next door created a Hackmaster variant for Shadow Dark called Hack Dark. Interesting stuff. Shadow Dark's not my cup of tea as to run games, but I don't mind playing in them.
Yeah, the thing is, there's so many games out there. There's something for everybody. So again, we might all sort of shit on 5e, but there are people who generally just love it and they have great games and they have great fun, and that's great for them, but not my cup of tea, or maybe not your guys' cup of tea, whatever. Like you said,
even those players tell you there's a problem by level 12.
Yeah,
you see, we hate it. It's all evil. You're stupid for playing. No, yes.
No, people who love it will tell you that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
The thing is with 5e and 3.5 is it has a very large homebrew community, and people generally just stick with the 2014 version. They just make their own shit. I've noticed a lot of people moving over to at least in GaryCon, to games like Into the Odd. What's the other one? Karen and Troika. The rules ins for that because it allows them to homebrew their own stuff.
Yeah.
That I noticed. I think Into the Odd was the 3rd most popular game at GaryCon this year, which is pretty wild.
That's crazy.
Considering Pathfinder was not even in the top 10.
Yeah, both Pathfinder and 5e D&D are moving down and down on numbers at all these cons.
edition is always going to be at the top at GaryCon just because they have the Adventures League there.
Yeah.
No, this is going to sound
people
ridiculous because I don't know the final numbers for North Texas, but if the numbers were really about 600, I think it was more like 750 by the end with walk-ins and stuff. But if the number really was like 600, my company gamed with, either me, Nate, or Steve, gamed with, I think, 10% of the total attendees.
That's crazy.
And then we also gamed with some repeatedly as well.
Yeah. I think these cons, especially like the quote-unquote smaller ones, being set up, I think they're probably much better for smaller creators or indie creators to get their stuff out, get seen, get their names. Because what happens with the big ones, even here, like there's people who will only go for the big stuff. When you have like people like Atmost or other people, whatever, like they want indie games, and then you come across stuff they haven't come across before, and they're like, "Oh, cool, I'll check that out." Maybe they buy something there and then, or they get something later on, and they get some exposure. They get to actually play it, and they get a feel for things. Definitely seems to be the way to go. If you're a creator of any way of going to a con, go to some of the smaller ones, just for the simple fact you're more likely to get seen because there's less people and you're not like 5 miles away in a giant like stadium somewhere in some little shed or something.
you can even see why. Like from a customer end, if you literally have to walk through miles of booths to check everything out, that isn't what you're going to do. Instead, you're going to go to things that look familiar or related to familiar things or are just like bright and shiny. That's what will happen. Because you'll just get tired. You'll get mentally exhausted by looking at all the different things, even if they're things that you find exciting. So for on the vendor side, if you're going to go and sell a product, we've definitely had better results at conventions with like 250 to 2,500 people than at a convention with like 10,000 or 50,000 people. As far as our sales go. For example, our games are getting sold at Gen Con, have been sold at Gen Con every year for the last 2 or 3 years. I think the last 3. But that said, our sales at Gen Con are lower than at any other convention that we attend.
Yeah.
Even though Gen Con has a huge amount of people.
Yeah, it's just the foot traffic, and as well, if obviously the closer you are to the main entrance, the more likely you are to get a sale. That's the other fact. And like you said, even if people are super interested in the stuff you're selling or whatever, if they have to walk to like 30, 40,000 people, it's hot, it's smelly, then they have to walk down like, oh, okay, maybe we'll come back later and let's go get something to eat or drink or relax. And it's just, it's a lot. But
now, I was going to say, Technobabble, to answer your comment that's posted there. I'm not planning to attend 2027, sadly, though I'd like to. It's kind of early to commit. And in terms of the cost versus benefit, we definitely do better financially at North Texas when we're releasing a new product. And we're not planning to release one then. Probably the year after, though, I plan to be back. And also, it's a distance thing. It's a 2.5 day drive for us, whereas New York we can do in a single day.
Just fly.
We can't fly actually because we're hauling product.
Oh, that sucks.
I'm going to pick your brain on the vendor tables. North Texas. Is that North Texas?
Yeah, we can talk about that, dude. I have shared booths with people before, and I've been a vendor at North Texas twice now. So yeah, be happy to talk with you about that if you would like.
Nice.
Just reach out with an email. We can set up a time.
Yeah. Is there anything else you guys want to like say or drop off? Because I'm gonna
that I want to be building miniatures with you next time. That's all.
No worries. No worries. Atmos, what were
I
you
got
saying?
nothing else. I got nothing else. It was fun hanging.
Yeah.
Awesome. Again, thank you guys for jumping on, and thank you all you guys for tuning in. Techno, next time, I meant to bloody say my brain's kind of fried for the last hour, so I should have said you can come on and join us if you want. Next time, if you jump on and you want to jump on the actual stream, let me know and I'll send you a link and you can join us. And I'll see you at the 8th. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. And you'll see everyone else. Well, yeah,
I look
that's
forward to
it.
seeing what you come up with.
Yeah. So I'll see you guys later. Thank you for tuning in and it's been cool. I like doing these. They're fun, just pretty chill, relaxed. So I'll see you guys again. Thank you and goodbye.